Oopsie. Good morning. I was going to say good morning, but good evening. It's 10:36. Although this little thing just clicked over to 10:37 at night. And, you know, we started the day off with a bunch of chemtrails in the sky. There was a lot of chemtrails in the sky today. A whole lot. And, you know, whenever you see a lot of chemtrails, that means they're trying to hide something. Well, look, I've got a little Japanese or Asian beetle, Asian ladybug or something on my finger. And you don't want to smash these because they don't smell too good. And that, besides, that wouldn't be very nice to smash this look like a little bitty ladybug. Get it off my finger. Well, there. Hello. That was strange, that flying on my hand right like that. Yes, hello and good evening. Well, I want to flip this around. I'm going to flip this around. Let's do a daily, let's do a recap. We started the morning off. It was really cold outside, like 20 degrees, and we did a live video. Hello. Yeah, we did a live video this morning, and it was around 8 o'clock. Right there. And you know, there was like, over here to the side, there was like what looked like layers of ships. To me, it looked like a layer of ships. Well, there's me in the morning. So that, we started the morning off with that. Yeah. Ladybug's a sign of spring coming. Well, we have these bugs, and they're not really authentic ladybugs. But they hibernate in the logs of the log cabin, in the little bitty crevices. Anywhere they can hibernate, they will hibernate for the winter. And then they'll come out on a warm day. Good morning, Margareta Silva from Japan. And look at these chemtrails this afternoon. It was like 11 a.m. 11 a.m. There was a lot of chemtrails. Okay, so anyhow, I know this may not look like it, but these were ships they weren't clouds this morning during that live video. They were actually ships. And because clouds don't take on this form, there were lots and lots of ships in the sky. In the, I know this is kind of blurry, but I had to blow it up for some people who could not see. Yeah, here we go. There were lots of ships in the sky that were making their way down to the east. They were going to settle in the east of the sky. So these were in that live video this morning. There was a lot of them, and it's like as soon as, wow, that's a teeny tiny picture. As soon as the, look at that. As soon as the sun came up, these ships, wow, isn't that amazing? It got so teeny tiny like that. Anyhow, if you haven't had a chance to look at these because they were ships that were in the sky this morning. That's amazing how it's so, and that's what the sky looked like. It was all like this, and there was those ships right over here. See, they looked like clouds. Oh, Mary Jean Sutton, yeah. Yeah, these looked like clouds. So if you see things like this in the sky, don't just miss them as chemtrails, because they were actually ships, and they were like in a staggered formation. They were going over here to settle down over there for some reason. I guess that's where they were joining with the other ones. But that was from this morning. Hello there to everyone. And this is a little bit blurry, but that's okay. You can see that this was actual ships up there in the sky. But see, but this ain't that's it. That's just the beginning of the ships. That is just the beginning. Oh my gosh. Because when we went out in the afternoon, look at this sky. Look at the chemtrails. And I want you to look at this. This literally looks like, when I saw this, it was like a square. It looked like it made a square if chemtrails had bars on them, this would look like a cage. It looks like the sun was encased in this cage of chemtrails. That's what that looked like. It looked like it was encased in a cage, because they were sure spraying hot and heavy up there in the sky. They really were. We were able to get some real beautiful pictures. Even though they're chemtrails, you know, these are, they're full of color. Lots and lots of color. And look at this. Does this not look like a face right here? When I saw this, this literally looks like a head and a neck. That is exactly what that looks like. I don't know if I don't know if you all caught that looked like a actual head of a being or an extraterrestrial or a spirit up there. You see it? Yeah, when I adjusted the color on there, good morning, when I adjusted the color, it showed up as clear as day. And I thought, well, maybe it could be a ship, but no, that is a head. A head. Yes, with a long neck, and I don't know where the body is. And I don't know if it was this photo, but over to the side, you know, these were like protruding outward. You can see the ships in here. If you, I don't know if this is a good picture, but they were like, these ships are like all up through here too. Look at that. It kind of looks like a skull head, but I know it's not. Well, that head of that is in the sky, and it was lots of chemtrails right there. But still, you know, it's a very colorful picture. I can find beauty in anything. I try to. I really do try to find the beauty in things. That well. Yes. Simon Menard, you found them. Whoops. My OneDrive kicked on. I've got to pause it because it will take up all the bandwidth. I've got to pause this syncing. I'll just do 2 hours is all I'll need. I won't be on here for 2 hours, but 2 hours is good. Yeah. Yeah, it had horns on it. It looked like it had horns. But, now if you look here, this is clearly a UFO in the clouds, you know, and this like the, their spraying clinged to the objects up there, to the ships up there, you know. There was forms behind these clouds. It just like, they just like soaked them. But this was yeah, that was pretty dramatic right there. And I'm pretty sure these were ships. I don't know why they took on form. And you know, all I could think of, it looked like a rose petal or a flower, like the petals of a flower, but you know, it's not a flower up there, but it was just sprayed out like that. It was so strange during that live video. Hello to everyone. Yeah. Now, that's me again. I do not think that this is a chemtrail right here, because this is, it just, some kind of a rod. I wonder if it's that tether thing right there, because that ends right there and ends right there. It is a rod up there in the sky, and we've saw it before. And the last time we saw it, it was around noontime. It was around noontime when this was actually near the sun. So this looks like it's another example of that tether thing where they can like they can go and get their energy and fuel up there. Yeah, it could be. perhaps. But I don't know. But yeah, this was a very strange pattern. It was a very strange pattern, and I'm sure there was a good reason why it was the pattern that it was. But it was really messy up there. Well, I don't think I had any videos disappearing off my timeline. But I want to go through here and this is the black and white, the gray, so this could be seen better if someone's just tuning in. And these right here, they were like, clearly they were UFOs going in there, in and out. And you know, at times when I looked at these pictures right here, at times when you look at it, the way it is, it makes you think that they will go through that hole like that, like go straight through the sun if it is a portal, because it looks like you could just go in there right now, is what it looks like. Doesn't it look like something can just fly right in there? If you zoom up close, it looks like, boom, we can just fly right in there. That's what that looks like. Oh, yeah, we're going to see that face one more time. It's right here. But it only appeared in one photo. I did not have it in any other photos. This face right here. That is clearly a face. It's so strange. Jose, good night. Yeah, I see that up there, but this is not so pronounced, and you could see something right there too. Well, look at this. And then look at this. I think these are ships. These are either ships or they're a form of intelligent life up there, because these are always in the sky right here. But this is a pretty good view of them. Look at that. Yeah, it does look like they would go through the sun. Look at all those. And they're evenly spaced. Hello, Carlene Bailey. Yeah, but this is a... Whew. That's a lot. That is a... That picture right there was... It's really something. I don't want to sit and focus on it. I want to get caught up in faces and pictures. I'm not here to look at the faces. I'm not. Yeah, you see crazy face shapes in the yeah. Yeah, they are very, very big, but I don't know if you had a chance, if y'all had a chance to look at just look at a part of this live video right here. How it looked. Isn't that a strange pattern? That's what it looked like up there in the sky. All around the sun. It was so strange. And it was only like a 8-minute video, so it's not really that long to watch. But I've never saw that pattern before. Well, yeah, it's getting exciting because there's like tons of UFOs, layers and layers of UFOs in the skies now with the chemtrails. And yeah, that's not just clouds, and I don't think they made that pattern like that for nothing. It's pretty neat to look at. So I don't know. I know we have scalar technology, but it does not account for everything that we're seeing. I don't think it produces those UFOs up there in the sky. And these pictures right here, this is after I left the house. Look at this. Is this not... Look at these UFOs. Somebody would think, yeah, that's a great big chemtrail, but no, it is not a chemtrail because there are UFOs inside these They're clustered together, layered together in here. And you see this right here? This is layers and layers of UFOs. I don't know how they layer themselves up there in the sky like that, but it's not clouds. It's not just clouds. Yes, they use clouds for cover, but it is UFOs, and they are literally, they are layered. And you know what was so unique about that? Donde? Okay. You know what was so unique about these? They were forming a V shape in the sky. And I'm going to put this out. There was literally a V shape. The smaller ones were like over here. And then the other ones were over here. They were literally forming a V shape, and they were separated. And then the further I went down the road, the more they tended to come together. I guess they were joining, something like that. But it literally was a V shape that they were forming in the sky, and they were in their layers in the sky. And that's why I thought, I got to get to work. But you know, I just kept taking pictures. I thought, I got to get these pictures, because this is not normal clouds. This is UFOs, and it just makes you think, what on earth? How can you even, they're so big up there in the sky, these UFOs right here. But they were forming a big V-like pattern. And the ones on the right side of the V, or the left side of the V, if you were looking up in the sky, at the V, the ones on the right side were much larger than the ones on the left side. And I just didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew I had to get some pictures because it was all so exciting. Thank you for those hearts, Polly. I like to see them fly up the screen like that. Yeah, it was so exciting. But you can literally see them. They are just all up there in the sky. And, you know, if you're driving down the road, I need to get this little beetle bug off. Well, I'm just going to let it crawl up on the screen. I don't care. If you're driving down the road and you see these, well, you could dismiss this as HARP technology. Now, I push that button again. Because I used to, when I would see these ripples in the sky, I thought, well, I know what that is. That's caused by HARP with their signal waves. But no, you've got to look deeper into that, because these ships are in there. It's total dark skies tonight. The full moon could have something to do with these, but you know, they started showing up last week. These did. Look at these. I wasn't expecting to get any more pictures of them, but they're here. You know, this could be one big giant ship. I really think that they can connect with one another. It reminds me of, it's just a, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Good evening, Denise Andre. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think about all of these up there in the sky, but I'm sure the full moon has a role to play in this. I really am. This is the first time I'm really looking up close. This looks like a another UFO right here, if you use to zoom up on it. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing more and more clusters and layers of UFO. Polly, you know they're here. We know they're here. They're all in the skies. And they're not just in the skies of Indiana around where I am. Reuben caught them in Texas. They're in all the skies all around the world. And they're massive. It's big armies of them. Like big armadas is really what it is. They never really went anywhere. And what if they do come in and out of other dimensions, or they got this stealth technology and they just like come through these wormholes, portals, in and out as they please. It's just, they're just massive. So massive up there. And just look at that. And if you're just tuning in, no, this is not just clouds. This is UFOs. Massive UFOs. I know you would think that they're clouds, but they use the clouds as cover because the lines are too defined, you know. And it's just, look at that. It looks like windows or something. And look at this shape right here. Yeah, these are very unique shapes. Well, we need help. We need help here on Earth. We really do. And you know what? What if this is like, just look at this. This looks like several UFOs, all. We've got smaller UFOs right here. If you get this picture and zoom up, and then you have more right here and here. It looks like there's one inside of here. And all, look at these UFOs right here. See, that's not clouds. It's they have distinct shapes to them. This is a little too pixelated right here to show. But yeah. Yeah, well, I don't like all the chemtrails either, but we know why they're there. They have multiple rows. They there to try to cover these up so we don't see. That's why the skies get so whited out. But you know, they before long they're not going to be able to cover them up, because look, we're already seeing them, and they're already being seen by lots of people. They're being seen by lots of people all over. Hello. I'm sorry I've been doing a lot of talking and not reading the comments. Well, Mary Jean Sutton, I don't have an enclosed greenhouse. I don't. Yeah. Well, I know you want to believe, but having an open mind, you know, to the possibility, if you're thinking, well, I don't know, I want to believe, but have an open mind to the possibility that, yes, there are UFOs out there, or maybe there are UFOs out there. It is the first step. It really is, because you don't want to be in total shock when these UFOs completely show themselves in the sky or they land. You don't want to be in total shock. You want to be able to think of what you're going to do. You want to have a plan or whatever. Yeah. But they are massive. Yeah, they peek through, yeah. And that's why I want to come on here when I post these pictures to further clarify, you know, this is not just clouds we're seeing, it's actual UFO ships. And they are in layers. Lots of layers. And we don't have just the traditional flying saucer, you know, we have a whole lot of different ships up there. Yeah. And you know, these, oh, that's me. I took it at an angle. I was getting ready to say these are going at an angle, but no, these are all in the sky. There's just so many of them. So many. You know, what if it is like a big old ocean up there? Look at that. That's a good view right there of this UFO. You know, they do remind me of, they do look like those smaller, when we would take these pictures and get all the colorful rainbow ships and the white ships all coming in the pictures that we used to take. They do have the shape, because some would just have this bottom part and then they would just extend out. But then they could connect and make bigger ships in the sky. That's really close up. Oh yeah. What's this? What's being disclosed on Amazon Prime, Poly Temple? I know the president signed the Space Force thing today. Signed it into whatever and created that branch. Yeah, I heard the president talking today. He said the war is up there in space. He did say that. That's where the battle is. And he said that's the very reason why he didn't use a specific wording. That's why they put me here. That's why I'm here, is for the Space Force, protect the people. Yeah, the fight the reptilians. You know they're not going to give up. The reptilians are not going to give up. Yeah, we need to maintain our spirituality and positive. Oh, okay. Hello, Christian. Mayolovich from India. Oh, Linda. Oh, hi, Linda. Hi. Good night, Jesse. Ruben. Yeah. These are pretty massive, pretty impressive pictures of these UFOs. These could be big giant battleships, you know. They cluster together to make one great big battleship. Because they had the guns on them that one day underneath the sun, and it was around the noontime also. I can't shrink this. I need to try to shrink that a little. Well, I'll flip it around to me and I won't have to look at that. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm just going over the pictures because there are a lot of UFOs still in the sky in layers. Layers upon layers. And they look like big heads, but it's not. Yeah, they fight to block the sun. I just can't get over these. Looks like there's something on the front of this ship. And here's the same shape. I'm running out of energy. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It's crazy pictures. It's so much to take in. If we keep seeing these weekly, you know, I think look at that. They were literally, it's like they were spraying, like they literally were spread up in the sky, in the ceiling of the sky. That's what that looks like, in the ceiling of the sky, because, oh my gosh. Now see, that is up there in the ceiling of the sky. You know, when you look at these pictures, you just gotta sit and think, my goodness, there's so many of them. Well, when I look at these, you know, they're literally layering themselves up from the sides, and they're going up into the top of the sky, okay? They can literally make a canopy over us, is what it seems like. Look at all of them. I'm just not zooming up. Look at all of these UFOs. My gosh, there's so many. And just look how they're going up the sky. So you could be looking up in the sky and you thinking these are chemtrails overhead, but literally it is a canopy of a UFO. It does. It's like a big old canopy of UFOs over your head. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. You're not going to hide from them. You are not going to hide from them. Because look at them. They're all in the sky. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Now just look at that. They're literally, they go from the edge of the sky, which would be where the sun rises and the sun sets, and they go up the sky, up the sides of the sky. That's the only way I can explain it. And up above your head. They're always up there. And now we can see them. Oh my gosh. I don't think they're shielding us from the sun. I don't know what's going on. I do not. Oh my. I'm getting at a loss of words. I've heard of Gaia. I don't really go to it. It is like a dome. Oh no. Just look at them. And there's extraterrestrials in them. All different types of species. Well, I don't know if it's all different types of species. You know, this could be around 3 different groups up there. But they got to have people who man them or robots. There's lots of them. Good night, Polly. I'm going to go to bed. It's 11:11, so I am going to go to bed. I'm going to end this. Denise, Andre, my daughter thinks this is pretty neat. My husband works a lot, so, and when I go to work, he's at work, so I don't get to see him too much except for the weekends. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end this video.